I spoke with Prime Minister Modi of India, and he said he's not going to be doing the
US President Donald Trump is making headlines again, this time claiming Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi promised to stop buying Russian oil. But the Indian government says they don't recall that conversation. The controversy touches on energy, diplomacy, and tariffs, and could have global economic implications. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Donald Trump told reporters that he had spoken to Prime Minister Modi and that India would no longer be buying oil from Russia. I spoke with Prime Minister Modi of India and he said he's not going to be doing the Russian oil thing, said Trump.
I spoke with Prime Minister Modi of India, and he said he's not going to be doing the Russian oil thing, so that's it.
Trump doubled down when asked about India's denial of any such conversation. But if they want to say that, then they'll just continue to pay massive tariffs. And they don't want to do that.
Well, why would India say that they're not going to do?
I don't know, but if they want to say that, then they'll just continue to pay massive tariffs, and they don't want to do that.
India, for its part, denied knowledge of any recent conversation between the two leaders. In a statement, the Foreign Ministry said it was unaware of any phone call and reaffirmed India's stance on energy imports. We are not aware of any such recent conversation. India will continue to safeguard the interests of the Indian consumer, said a statement from Indian Ministry of External Affairs.
See, on the issue of energy sourcing, we have made a statement. This was put out in the morning today. We would request you to look at that particular statement for the questions that you have. On the question of whether there was a conversation or a telephone call between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump, I am not aware of any conversation yesterday between the two leaders.
Since the West imposed sanctions on Moscow for its 2022 invasion of Ukraine, India has become the largest buyer of discounted seaborne Russian oil. Energy imports from Russia surged, providing a lifeline to the Russian economy and helping keep Indian fuel prices in check. According to the daughter firm Kapler, India's Russian oil imports are expected to rise 20% this month alone, reaching nearly 2 million barrels a day. Half of Trump's 50% tariffs on Indian goods are reportedly in retaliation for those oil purchases. The president has long criticized what he calls unfair trade practices and says countries dealing with Russia should face consequences. For India, access to cheap Russian crude remains crucial, both to fuel economic growth and keep inflation in check. But the risk of US tariffs remains a major concern. While Trump claims a verbal agreement, Indian refiners are reportedly still placing orders for Russian oil, including shipments arriving as late as December.
In light of China's export curbs on rare earths, do you view India as a reliable partner going forward? And are you planning to meet Prime Minister Modi in Malaysia? Are you open to talks in terms of
Yeah,
trade?
sure. He's a friend of mine. We have a great relationship. He just said that 2 days ago, as you know. We have a great relationship. No, we were not happy with him buying oil from Russia, because that lets Russia continue on with this ridiculous war where they've lost 1.5 million people, by the way. Russia's lost 1.5 million people, soldiers mostly. This is a war that should have never started, but it's a war that Russia should have won in the first week, and they're going into the 4th year. And I want to see it stop. So I was not happy that India was buying oil. And he assured me today that they will not be buying oil from Russia. That's a big stop.
White House officials have acknowledged some reductions in Russian oil imports by India. But on the ground, analysts say no significant drop has been observed yet. Revenue from oil exports continues to fund Russia's war in Ukraine. Ukrainian drone strikes on Russian refineries have recently disrupted some of that supply, pushing Moscow to ramp up exports through other routes, including to India. The US argues that by buying Russian oil, India indirectly helps Moscow continue its military aggression, a charge New Delhi has largely avoided addressing directly. As the 2024 US election heats up, Trump's foreign policy assertions and their accuracy are under growing scrutiny. Meanwhile, India must balance its energy needs with mounting geopolitical pressure. Will India shift away from Russian oil or weather the tariff storm? For now, the tankers keep coming and the political heat keeps rising.
We trust United States. We trust president that he wants to finish this war, and it's difficult. It's very tough solution. It's understandable why.
And all we want from President Putin is stop this. Stop killing Ukrainians and stop killing Russians, because he's killing a lot of Russians. Again, it doesn't make him look good. It's a war that he should have won in 1 week, and he's now going into his 4th year. That does not make this big so-called war machine look good. But he could make a settlement. We're willing to settle. I thought we had a deal. The hatred of the two leaders is very, it's an obstacle. It's an obstacle. There's no question about it. But I thought we had a deal 2 months ago. Who would think I created peace in the Middle East and can't get the two guys to settle? But I think we'll get them. But if India doesn't buy oil, it makes it much easier. And they're not going to buy. They assured me they will. Within a short period of time, they will not be buying oil from Russia. And they'll go back to Russia after the war's over. Prime Minister Modi of India, and he said he's not going to be doing the Russian oil thing, so that's it.
But why would India say that they're not going to do?
I don't know, but if they want to say that, then they'll just continue to pay massive tariffs, and they don't want to do that.
See, on the issue of energy sourcing, we have made a statement. This was put out in the morning today. We would request you to look at that particular statement for the questions that you have. On the question of whether there was a conversation or a telephone call between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump, I am not aware of any conversation yesterday between the two leaders.
Welcome to Money Control, your ultimate destination in the ever-evolving world of finance, business, markets, policy and technology. India's preeminent news platform, driven by facts and fueled by data. A platform made in India, and for the world. Moneycontrol.com has a staggering reach of 100 million plus monthly active users and 6.02 million daily active users. Being a transformative digital force, reshaping how we engage with money, markets and news. Setting us apart is our commitment to delivering accurate information and empowering financial decision-making in a dynamic ecosystem. Seeking a deeper dive into the financial realm, we present Money Control Pro, a powerhouse of exclusive insights, providing actionable investment ideas and expert analysis. Because in today's fast-paced world, informed decisions demand both information and expertise. And we have 1 million plus Money Control Pro total paid subscribers and 100% return in 1.5 years, beating the market. Explore market trends, access expert opinions, and utilize essential financial tools all at your fingertips. Join the millions who trust Moneycontrol.com for their financial journey, where facts meet finance and data drives decisions. Think markets, think Money Control.